Yes, we have made it. We are back together once again on a rather beautiful day. It is a nice day. We have sunshine, we have wind, and we have some beautiful autumn colours as well. Hello everyone, welcome. This is English Addict, coming to you live from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be, yes, you are right, it is England.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello, wonderful viewers. Hello, Mr. Duncan.
I know I'm going to get shouted at for leaving my echo on, but it's off now.
Hello then, without an echo.
Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan and also Mr. Steve. Of course, from now on, almost every Wednesday, Steve will be joining us, and you have just been outside. What's the weather like?
Well, Mr. Duncan, you were thinking today of doing a live stream outside, were you not?
I was.
We did discuss it this morning, and you were contemplating, trying to decide whether it would be a good idea. Well, I think you chose the right decision to stay indoors because it was very windy.
Yes.
It's not cold, but there was a rain shower when I went for my walk, and hence I've just come back and I haven't really had time to get changed.
I know.
I thought I would have plenty of time, and when I got back, hopped over the fence, the clock said 3 minutes to 2, and I thought Mr. Duncan will be saying, "Where is Mr. Steve? He is not here." I knew this would happen if he went for a walk. Anyway, I'm here. I'm not going to be here for long, of course, so I'm just wearing this white top because that's what was underneath my warm fleece. I hope I've explained that sufficiently, Mr. Duncan.
Almost too much. So for those wondering what the hell this is, it is English Addict, and I'm here normally on Sunday and Wednesday from 2 p.m. UK time. That's lovely, Steve.
Well, because it's quite cold outside, it's making my nose run.
Well, to be honest with you, I think we may have picked something up from that bloody show that we went to, where we had to sit with lots of stinky, smelly people in an audience, and I think we both have picked something up, maybe a slight cold or a slight fever, because I don't feel right. My nose is all strange, and you've been sneezing a lot.
Sneezing, yes, not a full-blown cold, as you would say, not a full-on cold, but just a feeling that you've picked up something. Slightly under the weather. If you're under the weather, it means you're not feeling too good.
No.
But nothing to stop us doing anything like this live stream.
So this always happens whenever we go somewhere and there's lots of people nearby, and you know what people are like. You know, it doesn't matter about lockdown. People have learnt nothing. They are still as disgusting. They cough and they sneeze and they don't wipe their bottom properly, and then they don't wash their hands afterwards properly. And I'm sure we've caught a slight cold or something from that show that we went to.
It's amazing actually how vulnerable you do feel after all the lockdowns that we had. When you go somewhere now where there's a lot of people, and I would say in that concert hall that we went to, the Grand Theatre in Wolverhampton, which holds around 950 people. I probably think there was probably about 700 there at least. And you're very close to people. You don't know who you're going to sit next to. You do tend to think, well, you know, if somebody's got something, I'm probably going to catch it.
Well, I don't think that. I know it. The people haven't learnt anything. They're still as filthy and as disgusting as they ever have been.
Well, it's just, even if they're not, if they've got a cold and you're in close proximity, nearby somebody, then the chances are, if it's for a prolonged period of time, you are probably going to catch what they've got.
Yeah.
And we are sort of not used to catching lots of cold like we used to. But you're right, particularly if there's lots of children around who are always sort of full of bugs, aren't they, children?
Oh,
they
they're
catch
worse.
everything.
I don't know what's worse, very young people or very old people. They both seem to have the same lack of hygiene standards, to be honest.
But it's not so much the hygiene standards, Mr. Duncan. It's just if you've got a cold or something, then you are going to sneeze.
If you are going to sneeze, you do it into a handkerchief.
I know, but children don't do.
You don't. Well, that's what I just said. You're just proving my point.
I'd rather be near older people than children.
Yes.
Because I think the children are the ones more likely to give you the bugs. I know, Mr. Duncan, because I have been in lots of shows where there have been a lot of children in those shows, and half the rehearsals, sometimes I couldn't even go to them because I'd picked up some bug from the week before,
Yes.
and I couldn't sing or something, and it's the children.
Well, let us not forget, Mr. Steve gave me COVID. I caught Mr. Steve's COVID. He caught it from one of his stinky, smelly friends in show business, and then he came back and gave COVID to me, so I got it from him. In fact, most of the illnesses I get normally come via Mr. Steve.
Well, that's because I'm the one that goes out, Mr.
Yes.
Duncan, and you're the one that stays here.
You hang around with sort of people who
I don't
have
hang around with just normal people.
they just
Mr.
have
Duncan.
such bad hygiene.
They don't. It's nothing to do with that. People get bugs, and so
No.
they pass them on. Being very disingenuous,
Hello.
Mr. Duncan.
I'm not. I'm being completely genuine. 100%.
Disingenuous. I
No.
think you're not being fair to people.
No, I think it's fair to say. I'm sure you will agree. You will say out there, Mr. Duncan, everyone is really, really disgusting.
Is it Lewis's birthday today? People are asking that
I
question.
don't know. I haven't launched the live chat yet. Hello to the live chat. I literally said just before starting. Hello to the live chat. Who was first? I wonder who was first on today's live chat. Let's have a look. Oh, interesting. Oh, hello. And guess what? You are first today. Yes, Luis Mendez is here today. Congratulations. Don't whatever you do not receive that kiss.
It's full of bugs.
You will be sick for days and days after.
But is it really Lewis's birthday?
I don't know. We're having a look at the live chat now.
People are saying that it is.
Hello, Luis Mendez. We also have Beatriz here. Vitas, Mosen, Paolo is here. Also, we have Maria. Hello to the live chat. Is it? Now, here we go. Is it your birthday today, Luis Mendez? Is it? Please let me know.
Well, Vittoria says that they wrote it on their calendar.
Okay.
So they saying that it is. You see, this is it. Once you admit it's your birthday, because we're all such lovely friends on here, people will take note. They'll put it into their phone so that it alerts them. That's what I do with my friends. I put an alert on the phone. And then it will tell people,
Yes.
it will tell you that it's somebody particular's birthday.
Yes.
Lewis isn't admitting to it.
So the only person who isn't saying that it's Luis Mendez's birthday today is Lewis.
He's very modest, you see. But there you go. Palmyra says, I look cosy in this white top, but I look like I'm in hospital.
You do look like you've escaped from a secure ward.
I will repeat, this isn't what I would normally wear. I didn't have time to change
Yes.
after going for my long walk, so I just took my fleecy top off.
Can we not do that again?
Well, just explaining in
Yes.
case Palmyra wasn't on at the beginning. But yes,
So,
I will make...
it reminds me a bit of the costumes that they wore in that famous movie with Jack Nicholson.
one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
One flew over the cuckoo's nest. You look like one of the residents.
My brain's working today, Mr. Duncan. And it really is Lewis's birthday. He has confirmed it.
Oh, okay.
So, wow, congratulations. We should take note of this. What date is it today, Mr. Duncan?
What date is it? 23rd
23rd, right, 23rd.
of November, 2022.
I'm writing that down.
Planet
From
Earth.
now on, when we know it's somebody's birthday, we're going to write it down. Because we should have known that, really. I should think Lewis is probably saying...
You actually did this before, by the way.
Uh,
So somewhere there is a piece of paper with Luis Mendez and all the other people from our live chat, that their list of birthdays.
I'm going to put you into my phone.
You know what's going to happen now? Everyone is going to tell us their birthdays for the next half an hour.
Now, you can only tell us if it's your birthday on the live stream. And then, well, no, I suppose you could tell us. And then I'll definitely put Lewis's into my phone.
Yes.
And then if we're on a Wednesday or a Sunday or any other time, this time next year, we can congratulate him.
Yes. If we're still here.
We won't ask what your age is. We're not going to be, rude.
No.
Although if you wanted to share it, you could. But I'm sure it's one probably worth celebrating.
So can I say happy birthday to Luis Mendez? It is your birthday today. I hope it is as super duper as you wish.
Happy birthday, Lewis. And Lewis is making a decision to come on his birthday onto this live stream. So that's wonderful.
Yes.
So a special happy birthday to you. I'm sure you've got something better to do later. Maybe you're going out for a meal, or somebody's cooking you a meal, or you're meeting up with family and friends. What are you doing later? Because it's probably around the same time in France as it is here.
Or maybe you are doing what I do on my birthday. I just crawl into a corner and I cry myself to sleep. That's what I normally do these days on my birthday.
That's lovely. Lewis says he's a bit emotional. Yes, well, this is what Mr. Duncan has created, this lovely place where everyone can say hello to each other. And that's why we've got to meet up, Mr. Duncan. These are very special people on here.
Yes.
I've said this before.
We've got to meet up again. I don't know when it will be. It might be next year. It might be the year after. It might be 2030. The way the world's going, we might all be in lockdown again. Apparently they want to put us all in lockdown again, Steve.
Who does?
Well, people here in this country. They're saying that because lots of people are now suffering from not just COVID, but the after effects of COVID, they're saying that we should start having those similar situations again where everyone wears masks to protect those who have that thing called long COVID. And that's in this country. But I don't think it's going to happen somehow.
No.
I mean, let's face it. England, we have enough problems at the moment. We do. We have so many problems here. I'm thinking of getting on one of those little dinghies and going over to France. Do it the opposite way round. I might have to become an immigrant.
There's lots of dinghies somewhere off the south coast of England.
Yeah.
What happens to all these dinghies, we don't know.
So a lot of people are coming over here at the moment across the English Channel in little rubber boats. But I'm thinking of doing the opposite and getting into one of the boats that they've already used and going back over there and trying my best to get into France and just say, please let me in. I'm from England. Please. You don't know how bad things are there. It's terrible.
Lewis might say, don't bother coming here. It might not. I don't know if it would be any better in France. But it certainly would be.
The food would be better.
Probably. What are you saying? My food is not very good, Mr. Duncan, because I cook most of the meals. So you're saying my food is not very good?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying generally.
Yes, well, we're only joking.
I think you are taking it slightly too far there.
So that's going in my come to Spain, says Louisa.
I'm not sure if my rubber dinghy would last that long.
Well, we have threatened to do a tour around various countries. So Spain would definitely be on that list.
Have you discovered a money tree or something? you do realise that it costs thousands and thousands of pounds to travel.
But we were going to be funded, weren't we? Because if somebody wanted us to visit their particular location, they would be funding us with tickets and all sorts of spending money and things like that.
You really don't seem to have a grasp of the financial situation, not just here, but around the world. Yes. I don't think anyone is going to start sending airplane tickets to us, to be honest. I'm joking,
Mr. Duncan.
I can never tell these days.
Well, as you say, we will get one of those dinghies. We'd probably get them at a special cut price rate. And then we can, go back. Maybe, I don't know how much we'd have to pay.
If you're wondering what a dinghy is, it's a type of small boat, normally made of rubber. It sounds very strange, but that's exactly what it is. But lots of people have been coming over here from camps where people have got into France illegally, and that's basically what they're called, illegal immigrants. And now they're coming over here across the English Channel. But I'm thinking of doing the opposite, to see how far I get if I go the other way. Back.
You could film it all live as well, Mr. Duncan.
I could do a live stream from my rubber dinghy.
Thing is, they're not technically, I don't think they're illegal going to France, because I think the countries that they're coming from are part of the European Union, so they are perfectly entitled to travel to France. But anyway, that's
so some are from Syria. I'm not sure if Syria is in Europe, but there
Albania.
you go.
Is Albania in Europe? I think it is.
Yes, well, Albania is a completely different situation, and one I'm not going to get into.
But that, yes.
Because I have a feeling we might have people watching at the moment in Albania.
Well,
Hello.
I hope we do.
Hello.
I hope we do, but we can hopefully improve your English, and then you can come here legally, of course. We'd prefer it if you came here legally.
Yes. Well, you can. That's the thing. You can buy a plane ticket and fly.
Well, that's it.
And fly here from Albania.
And if you've got good English, then we'll give you a job, because there are plenty of jobs available.
Well, we will.
In the UK. Not us personally. Great Britain. There are plenty of jobs available in the UK, because lots of UK people don't want to do the tough jobs.
Yes. When you say tough jobs, what do you mean? What like a heart surgeon?
No, I'm talking about jobs like in the waiting on tables. What's the phrase I'm looking for?
Great.
In the
service industry.
Service industry. That's the phrase
okay.
I'm looking for. Service industry. We haven't got enough people willing to do those jobs in this country, because we pay them more.
So basically, all the crappy jobs. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh,
but
okay.
then from there, you can get trained in something else and then move on to a better job. That's what you would do. You would start off, come to the country, start off in a low-paid job, get some education, and then do what you want to do later on. That's
Welcome to England. Now we need you to wait on these tables and wash these dishes, and we need you to pull up these vegetables on a freezing cold day.
Because British people are too lazy to do it themselves.
That's almost a threat, really, isn't it? It's almost a good reason not to come.
But you see, I spoke to a friend of my mother's.
A friend of your mother's. Oh, I knew you were going to get this in.
Well, this is an interesting story. This shows you what people are capable of doing if they work hard. So she's from India. Obviously, my mother passed away a few months ago. But one of her friends, who she was very good friends with, came to live quite close to us, only a few miles away. And I contacted her to let her know after my mother passed that my mother had died. And, of course, she was very sad. She couldn't go to the funeral, but she said, "Will you come and visit me?" So I did. So I'd never met her before. So we met up. In fact, we've met up twice now. And she was telling me her sort of life story, because I said to her, how did you get to... Because she's 80-something.
We're not getting the whole life story.
How did you get to come, into the UK? And she said her father, the family came here in the mid-50s, 1950s, and he was quite clever, but he started off as a very lowly paid service job. I think he worked in a factory, and then eventually he worked his way up. He opened his own business and became quite wealthy. So he found that opportunity. So he started from nothing, came to the UK with nothing. So they came with like £2 or something. And there wouldn't have been benefits in those days.
That's a lot now.
There wouldn't have been the benefit system in place. So, and then he found a job, worked his way up, opened his own business, etc., etc. So, it's anyone can do this. And it was quite a nice story. I found that quite sort of, it's hope for everybody.
What was the business?
It was plastics.
It's not assassin.
No, it was the plastics industry, making plastics for other industries.
Drug pushing.
So he obviously found, this friend of my mother's father found this opportunity that because he worked in a factory and presumably there weren't enough materials available. He saw this opportunity that if he could supply other factories with these raw materials, processed materials, he could make money from that, and he did.
He was in plastic.
He was.
He wasn't making rubber dinghies.
Well, who knows, but I don't think so. But yeah, so just shows you if you go to another country, start from nothing, you can become successful.
Yes.
Which I think something is often, a lot of people forget that even if they assume that they're coming from, a lot of people think they're in poverty in this country. I mean, they're not in reality compared to what people would have been back in the 1950s, but you can work your way up.
Yes.
Of course, there are many, many stories like that of lots of, particularly immigrants from India, from the Indian continent, came to us in the 50s and 60s because we needed the labour. And, we've got a whole community now from that. And lots of very successful people built very successful businesses, became doctors, etc. So, yeah. Positive immigration.
We might all be going back, though. We might all be getting on boats because I'm half French anyway. I've got some French.
Half?
I've got a Frenchman inside me.
That 10%.
Yes. Anyway.
But you are, yes.
Well, we're not going to do percentages, are we? Who's doing that? No one. So half is always better.
You are from French lineage.
Yes,
lineage.
I have distant relatives in France, so I could go back. Technically, I could get on a rubber dinghy. I could go across there and I could just give them my real name, and they would say, "Oh, hello.
You have got a French surname.
Bonjour, come back then. Yes, it's nice to see you back."
Yes.
And that's it.
Mr. Duncan's surname is French.
Yes.
So, exactly, we could, I think we've got it. That's it. Yes, that's what we're going to do, Mr. Duncan.
Yes. Well, I could do it. I'm not sure about you.
Well, partners are probably allowed.
You know, us French, we do not take kindly to people who, A, do not speak French, and B, try to speak French. That's true, though, isn't it? French people hate that. They hate people who don't speak French, and they hate people who try to speak French.
I think that's probably just Paris, but I think, my experience of when I used to go with friends is that I never, away from the cities. It's the same in the UK and in London. London people are quite unfriendly. New York people are known for being unfriendly. People in Paris are. So if you go into the other parts of the country, I think you'll find that. I mean, I used to speak a bit of French, and I used to go with friends, and I can't remember where they lived, in a suburb of France.
Yeah.
It was like a small town, villagey type setup. And we used to go to the boulangerie, get the bread in the morning.
The boulangerie.
So they'd love it if I spoke some French too.
Look at him with his French words, boulangerie.
Oh, you can't beat some nice crusty French bread.
Served by a crusty old French person.
No, it was...
What?
It was lovely, actually.
Good.
And Palmyra says, I don't suppose in much Wenlock there are many immigrants.
Well, technically we are. We were immigrants. We escaped from the war-torn city of Wolverhampton. And we had to come across. We had to sail across the River Severn in a small boat, and we came here to Much Wenlock to get freedom and equality. So we left Wolverhampton behind, and we managed to get asylum here in Much Wenlock.
Although they don't think they want us to stay here particularly.
No, they keep trying to send us back.
But yes, no, there aren't. You're right. Well, probably on the farms there may well be seasonal workers, what we call seasonal workers, people that come at times of the year when the farms need them, like planting crops, picking fruit, that sort of thing.
So this again, this also sounds like the rubbish jobs.
Yeah, well, I used to do that. They're not rubbish jobs, Mr.
I want to
Duncan,
have a
they're
good
just
job. I
jobs.
want to work in an office with lots of lovely people in a corner
No, you
office.
don't. You
I want
don't
to have no. I want to have an office with a view, and I want to have it overlooking the Eiffel Tower. Am I asking too much there?
Well, you've got to work your way up to that, Mr. Duncan.
Well, yes, or down. I could work my way down as well.
And Lewis says you can, Mr. Duncan, if I'm still alive, well, we certainly hope you will be, I will provide you with a room. You see, there you go.
Yes, good.
Got somewhere to go.
Victoria says,
Didn't say anything about me, but you're fine.
Okay. Victoria said, I would like you to come to Italy, dear Mr. Duncan and Mr. Steve. I would prepare you some specialities.
Right.
Well, Italy. Well, we had pizza last night, so
We did.
yes, that sounds like a very good idea. So I will give you the address in a few moments that you can send your plane tickets to, so we can come over and see you. That would be very nice. Bit of sad news.
What's that?
Bit of sad news today. Just before coming on, I heard the sad news that one of our famous guitarists here in the UK has passed away. I'm sure you know who I'm on about.
Mr. Williams.
No, Wilko Johnson from Dr. Feelgood. You know him. He has the amazing way of playing the guitar. He passed away on Monday. I think he was 71 after suffering from cancer. Well, he had pancreatic cancer, and then he received some unusual treatment, and he was clear for quite a while. But unfortunately, it did return. So he passed away. And if you've never heard any Dr. Feelgood music, look it up on YouTube. And I can tell you now, there is no way that you're going to sit and watch it and listen to it without moving around. Brilliant.
Yes.
Classic group from the 1970s. So that's really sad. I must admit, I felt a little bit teary when I heard that, because he's an unusual character, slightly eccentric he was, and suffered quite a lot in his life, but still had a great sense of humour and also a brilliant guitarist as well.
Quite a presence on the stage because of the particular way he used to do his guitar playing. He used to move around a lot on the stage.
Yes, and also he had a very unique way of playing the guitar, which is actually very hard to do. He used all of his fingers, and it's a very sort of erratic way of playing the guitar. So that's really, I have to say, sometimes you hear of celebrities passing away and you go, oh, but that really did. I actually had a tear come to my eye, because he's one of my little heroes, because the way he used to handle himself, and he was an eccentric. He had strange ways sometimes of behaving. He had a great presence on stage. So I thought that was a little sad, actually.
Yes, if you look him up, there's a particular clip from Top of the Pops.
Actually, it's the Old Grey Whistle Test.
Oh, the Old Grey Whistle Test.
There are two good songs, Roxette and also Back to the Night. They are two amazing songs. If you've never heard the music of Dr. Feelgood, I suggest you have a look. Not now, because then you will miss me.
No, not now.
Not now.
Samir Alam, hello Samir, and also Victoria, not Victoria, Tsudzika, are talking about having trouble speaking.
Mm.
I'm guessing it's nothing medical. You're talking about speaking English. Yes, so this is what this channel's all about.
Yes.
So you can listen and then practice as well, because if you, Mr. Duncan, would be better off explaining that. But the more you can practice speaking English, the better you will become.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I like to do this. I like to do my live streams, because it gives you a chance to listen to English being spoken. And this is live. So this is not rehearsed. This is not practiced. This is not anything. It is live. So what you're watching now is actually happening right now. And that is one of the best ways of learning English, is to listen to a natural environment where it is being used. And that's why Mr. Steve joins as well.
Because quite often, a lot like yourself, Samir, you're probably very good at writing English, but not so good at speaking it. And this is what this channel is about. We also have Rojo on today. Rojo Abu Bakr,
maybe?
who said it's his first time, or their first time, writing on the live chat.
Good.
So congratulations. Well done, you've taken that step.
I like that because I know a lot of people watch this, but they are too afraid to actually type on the live chat. And there is no need. You don't have to be nervous. You don't have to worry. It's all right. We are all very friendly here.
Yes, not here. We are all... This is a very friendly, safe environment with which you can practice and associate with other like-minded people who are trying to learn English. And Mosen has reached out, I think, to Rojo on here. So thanks for that.
I haven't even mentioned today what I'm talking about. Today, I'm talking about a very interesting subject. It is the subject of magic. Things that are magical, things that seem amazing, things that seem almost too unbelievable. We say that these things are magic. And that's what I'm looking at today. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I shall let you continue with that in a minute, Mr. Duncan. I will go and have some lunch because I'm hungry. Darius says that you don't like him because he's a street musician.
That's
true.
I know what you're saying there, because a few weeks ago, if you remember, I was complaining because there was a guy playing the guitar and he was doing some really, really depressing songs in the town square, and it didn't cheer me up at all. So if your music is lively and it has a great rhythm and the songs are positive, dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I want to listen to some Dr. Feelgood now, definitely. So don't worry about that, Darius. I'm sure you are amazing.
Just a passing comment. We're not judging at all.
Send me a video. Send me a video of you playing the guitar, as long as it's nothing in copyright, because I can't play it then. But send me a video of you playing something, maybe your own composition, and send it to my email address, and I might play it on here. Yeah, so there, just to prove that I do like it, and I love it a lot.
Right, just as Belarusia, Claudia has arrived, I am leaving. So I wish you all adieu, and have a lovely lesson with Mr. Duncan, as he talks about magic. Maybe he's going to magic me away. Are you? No? Or are you just going to fade me away in the usual way?
We are actually going to have a look at an autumn walk in a moment. And then we have today's main subject, which is all about magic. Words connected to magic, a wonderful subject. You might even say that it is magical. All of that coming a little bit later on.
See you all on Sunday. Have a lovely lesson. Have a lovely time, Mr. Duncan. I'll see you later for a cup of tea.
Oh, yes. I can't wait. See you on Sunday.
Bye.
I suppose you might say that it is late autumn here now in the UK. Some people think that maybe winter has already arrived. Well, it hasn't just yet. It doesn't feel like winter at the moment. However, apparently, as December arrives, it's going to get very cold. Just to show that winter is on its way, we have a regular visitor. In fact, we have lots of them. They come to the back of the house at this time of year and they like to sit in the trees and eat all of the berries that are now out, looking very colourful. And the birds in question are also very colourful as well. They are called redwings, and I have been busy over the past couple of days filming them at the back of the house. They are back. The redwings have returned. Every year they come, and I suppose it is a sign that winter is definitely on the way, because they have flown all the way here from Scandinavia and also Russia. Can you believe it? We also have redwings in Scotland as well. Apparently they come from a different part of the world. They come from up north, from Iceland. So we do get redwings coming to this country from many different places, in fact. Thank you very much for joining me today. Yes, we do have a lot to talk about. We have today's subject, which is magic, and that is coming up in a moment. Please don't go away. Stay right here, please, and you can enjoy some new words, maybe even some new phrases. Who knows? There might be something there for you to enjoy. English addict is what we are. That is what we like to do. We love the English language, and I have a feeling if you are new here, you might also fall in love with English as well. Today we are taking a look at a subject all about... The subject today is magic, and there you can see there is a little rabbit and also a magic wand. If you are going to do magic, you do need to have your magic wand in your hand all the time. So we are looking at words and phrases connected to magic. Of course, something that is magic might be something that is unbelievable, maybe something that seems unreal, but actually is something you can see that you don't believe. You might actually say that it is magic. So let's have a look at some of the words. First of all, the word magic can be used as a noun or as an adjective or as a verb. So magic is the thing, magic is the appearance, and of course magic can be the actual action of doing something that is magic. It appears to be magic. So there are many ways of using the word magic in the English language. The appearance of having influence on objects or events is magic. One thing has an effect on something else. Quite often when you see a person performing magic, we call that person a magician. A person who can perform magic, or quite often these days people don't say magic, they often say tricks. So a magician performs tricks. But these days we often use tricks instead of magic. We say tricks, even though there are some people who still like to think that magicians are really doing magic. An object that appears to possess supernatural powers, such as a magic wand, as we saw a few moments ago that I mentioned over there. You can see there is my little magic wand right there. You wave your wand and you make some magic. So maybe a magic wand. Some people also use spells as well. Maybe they say a magic word. To perform magic, for example, you can do it. You can actually perform magic. You are carrying out a trick, a magical trick. For example, he magicked the rabbit into thin air. So you might make something disappear. If you make something vanish suddenly, we can say that you've made it disappear or vanish into thin air. And we can thank William Shakespeare for coming up with that phrase. Also, we might express something as magic if it seems incredible or unbelievable. So that is to say that the thing that is magic is something that seems unbelievable. You might see it with your own eyes, but you still don't believe it. It is magic. It seems as if it can't actually happen or exist. Something out of the ordinary is magic. So when we say that something is out of the ordinary, it is something unusual, strange, weird, maybe something that can't be explained. So quite often, one of the great illusions of magic is the appearance of it being very unusual. Something that can't be explained, for example, might be described as magic. I always think I would love to bring someone forward in time who lived maybe 100 years ago. I would love to bring them to the present day and show them the world that we live in, and they would probably think that everything around was magic. They would not believe this. Can you imagine showing someone from 100 years ago a computer or a video screen or a smartphone? They would probably assume that it was magic, some sort of magic. Television, for example, wasn't around 100 years ago, although it probably was. I know someone's going to say, "Oh, Mr. Duncan, you're wrong." But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Let's not be pedantic. A magic thing might be something that is desired or being aimed for. Maybe something you want to achieve might be your magic goal, the thing that you want to reach, the thing that you want to attain get or gain might be magic to you. Something you've always wanted, something you've always wanted to do can be described as magic. Some people have a magic number. A magic number might be seen as lucky, or it might mark a goal that has been set. So maybe, I suppose a good example is if you are losing weight. Maybe you are 13 stone and you want to reduce your weight down to 10 stone. So that is your magic number or your magic weight. The magic number might be seen as lucky. You might do the lottery every week. So if you are doing the lottery and you choose your magic numbers, we might say that you are choosing your lucky numbers. They are your magic numbers. Maybe they are significant to you. Perhaps a birthday or an anniversary, something that you hold dearly. When something imagined becomes reality, we might describe it as magic, something that seems almost impossible. And I suppose it relates also to what I just said about bringing somebody from the past into the present and showing them all of the amazing things we can do now, not only with television and radio and the internet. I suppose also being able to travel off the planet to go into space. Those things would have been, well, I suppose you would describe them as magic. They seem unreal and perhaps impossible. A wonderful experience is magical. So you are describing the complete sensation or feeling of that event. A magical place. I remember many years ago when Disney first opened Disney World. They would use the word magical quite often. A magical place. I believe they also called the castle there the magical castle or the enchanted castle. So something that appears magical. An experience, something you've done. You had a magical day, a magical experience. An amazing place that stirs the imagination is magical. An amazing place that stirs the imagination. It makes you think. It makes you wonder in your mind. Something you see might inspire you to do something similar. It is magical. It excites you. It encourages your imagination. An outstanding talent or ability might be described as magic. Something that seems so incredible, maybe an amazing singer or a performer. They do something that seems magic. Or maybe a sports star, maybe a person who plays basketball, or maybe they are very good at a particular skill in sport. Maybe they are very good at playing snooker. They have their magic skill. When they are playing the game, everything they do seems like magic. It is incredible. There are many words and phrases relating to magic. To put a spell on someone. When we say that you put a spell on someone, it means you cast some magic onto another person. It might affect their life or their behaviour in some way. We often use it figuratively, so it's not real magic. You are not actually performing magic. Maybe a beautiful girl or a handsome boy that you see. They might put a spell on you. You feel so attracted towards them. It is almost like a spell or magic has been cast onto you. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever fallen in love with someone? Did it feel like magic? To be left spellbound. The feeling of amazement or wonder can be spellbound. A person is left almost speechless. Something that is spellbound. Something that leaves you amazed. And maybe something you can't believe. You're spellbound by it. To conjure up. Conjure means to make something appear. Make. So you might make something appear, such as a rabbit in a hat. So maybe you make the rabbit appear in the hat, as if by magic. We say that you conjure up, to produce or make something appear, seemingly out of nowhere. Maybe late at night you want a meal. You have to go into the kitchen and you conjure up a meal. You do it very quickly. It almost seems magical. Here's another one. To wave your magic wand. We often use this figuratively to express a person doing something extraordinary. So maybe if you wave your magic wand, you are doing something that others might think is incredible. I just wave my magic wand and all of the food appears on the table. Quite nice. Here's another one. I will go into the kitchen now and wave my magic wand. So they're a very good example of using magic wand as a figurative way of showing that you are doing something very quickly and it almost seems like magic. To be good at something technical might lead to one being described as a wizard. He is a wizard with computers. So a wizard is a male witch, I think. Wizards. I'm sure if you are a fan of Harry Potter or maybe Lord of the Rings, you will know all about wizards. To take something or someone away without warning is to be magicked away. So maybe something that suddenly happens that means that you have to go to another place. You magic yourself away. It almost seems as if you've disappeared. Suddenly, you've gone somewhere. You've travelled to another place. She magicked me away on a romantic weekend in Paris. You take that person away. You magic them away. Maybe something that is a surprise. You are doing something that means a person or a group of people suddenly have to go somewhere. You are magicked away. So this is often used when we are talking about going somewhere romantic or maybe somewhere special. To do something unexpected and ingenious might mean that you will have to pull a rabbit out of the hat like this, you see. If you pull a rabbit out of the hat, we are using this phrase figuratively to mean you are having to do something that seems impossible. Maybe you have to do something by a certain time, but you don't have much time left. You have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. You have to do something very quickly, and it might seem like magic. For example, to get this project finished, we need to pull a rabbit out of a hat. We need to perform a miracle or magic. Here's another one. A person who is resourceful can be described as having a few tricks up their sleeve. The sleeve is the long part of a shirt. As you can see today, the sleeves on my shirt are short. But if you have a long sleeve, you might have something hidden up there. A person who is resourceful can be described as having a few tricks up their sleeve. Maybe they are very good at solving problems or difficulties. They have a very good way of solving problems. They have a few tricks up their sleeve, just like a magician. Something that sounds like nonsense or misleading might be described as hocus pocus. Hocus pocus is something that is often used when a person is casting a spell. Of course, magic isn't real. When a magician is performing a trick, they are not really performing magic. They are creating an illusion or a trick. But sometimes people, maybe as a joke, or maybe if they are making a comment about something they don't really believe in, they will say, "Oh no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that. It's all hocus pocus. It isn't real. It isn't true." So quite often people will use that when they are reacting to something that they don't believe in. For example, some people think that homeopathy is just a load of hocus pocus. Some people believe that homeopathy is just a load of hocus pocus. They don't believe that it's real, even though there are many people who do believe in it. So there you have some words and phrases connected to magic. Some people like watching magic, some people don't. Some people find it rather boring. Some people don't like watching magic at all. Maybe they don't believe in it. Maybe they think it is evil and wicked. It is all the individual's choice. And that is it. I will make this disappear like magic. It's gone. And very soon I will also go as well. Can I say a big thank you before I go to Irene Apraxine, who sent a lovely photograph of some bread. Now this looks amazing. I have to say, if there is one thing I enjoy more than potatoes, it is bread, especially fresh bread. So thank you very much, Irene, for your lovely photograph that you sent of your fresh bread that you made yourself. Thank you very much. And that is almost it from me for today. I hope you have had a good time. Don't forget to give me a lovely like, because this is a very magic thing. It can help other people on YouTube find my videos. So there it is. Give me a lovely like under this video, please, and it will help lots of other people find my lessons and also my live streams. Thank you very much for your company. Don't forget to check out Dr. Feelgood. You can find it on YouTube, some great music from the 1970s, and I can guarantee that you will be moving. You will be tapping your finger or maybe your feet. I think so. Thank you very much for your time here today. I do appreciate it as always. And of course, Mr. Steve, thank you as well for joining us today. Thank you very much. He will be back on Sunday, as will I, from 2 p.m. UK time. Catch you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for spending time with myself and also everyone here on the live chat. 2 p.m. UK time on Sunday is when I'm back with you. I also have some big news coming up on Sunday, so I hope you will join me then. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English, saying thanks for watching, see you on Sunday, and of course, until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Go on, give me a smile. Yeah, that's it. I feel so much better now. Ta-ta for now.